Hello you guys, it's Alina here and welcome to the first video of my baking series. So I've wanted to start this series for a while now and I'm excited because I got the first recipe and everything. And then bonus for you guys is you guys are gonna get 3 videos today. Yes, I'm uploading 3 videos in one day. I know it's crazy, it's packed. We are getting ready to bake, we're gonna cook, it's gonna be exciting. So in today's video, we are actually going to be making banana/banana nut muffins. Now, like I said before, this isn't my recipe, but these banana nut muffins, they are so damn good. I'm telling you, you'll wanna eat the whole tray. They are just the best muffins I've ever had. I do not buy store-bought muffins anymore. These are the muffins you wanna make. Like I said, I really love bananas, so this is perfect. So the reason why I'm saying banana/banana nut is so this recipe is technically a mini banana muffin recipe. So technically there are no nuts, involved in this recipe. It's just supposed to be bananas, but my younger brother likes nuts in these muffins, so I've just been adding nuts. I like them too. Honestly, I prefer them without the nuts, but I can still eat them with nuts. It's the same thing. So, and I doubled this recipe originally because they're supposed to be mini muffins. I'm gonna be for real, I don't like mini muffins. I wanna have a big muffin for breakfast. So I just doubled the recipe so the muffins are bigger. But here's the thing, so if you have 2 muffin trays, I'm pretty sure you can make 24 muffins, or maybe, well, you can obviously make more than 12, but I'm not sure how many. I only have 1 muffin tray, so if you have 1 muffin tray, make sure that you are just doubling your scoops in the 1 tray. But if you have 2, you're just gonna do 1 scoop in 1 tray, 1 scoop in the other tray, which I'll show you when we get to that step. Also, I am making, later, I am making macaroni salad, which is gonna be the next cooking video. And I'm also making Chipotle style tacos. You guys, these are gonna be really good. I am so excited to share with you guys because I've been making this Chipotle recipe for, I'm also a former Chipotle employee, but I've been making this recipe for 4 or 5 times and it comes out amazing every single time. So, but since I have macaroni salad, they do contain eggs in the recipe, so, well, hard-boiled eggs. So right now I actually have a pot with water and boiled eggs because by the time these cook, I'll be able, the hard-boiled eggs will be done and ready and cooled by the time I go to make it. But all right, so I'm gonna show you guys what you need. So not what I need, what you need. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this a little up so you are closer in. Okay, so you're gonna need granulated sugar. You're gonna need 4 bananas. So they say over-ripened bananas, I guess, because they have more flavor. So these are overripe, so as you can see, they have brown strips, brown spots. But you can just get ripe bananas if you want, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna need some baking soda, you're gonna need butter, and then since my brother likes nuts, I got these from Myers. So they're just little chopped walnuts. You can find these in aisle B16, which is by the baking aisle, So they have these down there. They're really cheap. So like I said, I have 2 bags because it's double the recipe. If you're just making the regular recipe, then you only need 1 bag. But I have walnuts, so because those are the best. And then you're gonna need some eggs. You're gonna need vanilla extract or vanilla imitation, whatever you have. And then flour. It says to use all-purpose flour, but I don't really have any all-purpose flour right now. So I'm gonna be using cake flour. Honestly, when it comes to different baking recipes, sometimes you can change the flour, sometimes you can't. But this recipe, since it's a muffin, it's not really cake, I don't think it's really gonna affect the texture that much. But so you can use pretty much any flour you want. So I'm just gonna use cake flour. I'm gonna try it. So because I don't think I've ever used cake flour in muffins before, but we're just gonna go ahead and give it a go. So, alrighty, so we are going to preheat the oven to 350. Please make sure there's nothing in your oven. Sometimes you may know there's nothing but always double check. It's just a safety thing, so our oven does not blow up. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and grab a mixing bowl and an electric mixer. If you have a KitchenAid mixer, that's even great. Oh, and you guys are also gonna need salt. Don't forget the salt. I forgot the salt, so my bad. But I'm basically gonna push these ingredients over so I have everything out, so I have room. I just have my recipe right here. I always write down the recipe on a piece of paper so that way I can explain it to you guys and how it works, because I don't have a very good memory when it comes to recipes, like trying to explain everything. So that's why I always have it written down. It is easier to read in my handwriting versus like printing it out and then reading it. So, but we're gonna go get my mixer. I want to get a KitchenAid mixer so bad. It would help so much, but they're so expensive. They're like $300. But this one is fine. So I've had this for like so many years. I don't even know how many years I've had it. I've had it since I was in like high school, I think. So. In the heck? Okay. If I can. Why is this giving me trouble today? Like, what is up? There we go. Okay, got it. Okay, so we won't need that just yet. So, alright, so the first thing is we are gonna whip the sugar and 2 bananas. So, we're gonna need 1 cup of sugar. So I'm gonna grab my measuring cup real quick. So, and then we're just gonna measure 1 cup. And remember guys, this is a double recipe, so if you want just half the recipe or you want mini muffins, then cut this recipe in half. I know guys, this is a lot of freaking sugar. Like, this is insane. I don't even know how many grams of sugar this is. So, but 1 cup of sugar. I always like to tap extra so that way the sugar does not go everywhere, so. And then also, I like to put things back when I'm done using them. So just get used to me like putting things away. Okay, and then we're gonna take off 2 bananas. So they say you like have to like the recipe technically says like you have to like mush them. Honestly, you don't have to mush them because bananas are easy to mix. So you can cut them, you can chop them if it's easier. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just break them in just like little pieces here. So I mean, but if you do throw the whole banana in, like if you just throw it in whole, it will take a little bit longer to mix. So, but if you break it up, you're already getting like the softest, you're already getting like, it's like a pre-mush stage, if that makes sense. Like you're just pre-mushing the banana, if that makes sense. So. Using my hands to dry. Alright. And now it is going to get very loud, so I do apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it. mixed, just make sure when you mix it, like you want to go a little bit slow because the sugar will go everywhere. So like the sugar already went everywhere for me. I mean, not everywhere, but it's just like a little bit of mess. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of just clean that up real bit. So we're just gonna, and I have the trash can like right next to me, so I could just, you know, swoop it in there without having to sweep. So. Okay, so you're basically, okay, let me like drip off the excess. Okay, so you're basically gonna want it to look like that. Here, let me get a like close up. But you're basically gonna want it to look like that. So, just make sure you get rid of like the big chunks and everything, so you're not tasting those like when it goes to bake. But so basically, see, it only took like a minute or two. All right, so once you do that, then you're going to add your melted butter, eggs, and vanilla. So I am going to go ahead and add my butter. So hold on, guys. Give me just 1 second. Water is almost boiling, so we're almost getting there. Okay. So if you have butter sticks, it is easier to cut the butter into 12 tablespoons because each little square is a tablespoon. But since I don't have the sticks of butter, I just have like spreadable butter. I mean, if you want, you can literally take a tablespoon and scoop out 12, or you just convert it to 3/4 of a cup. So just ignore that. The oven just went off, but we're totally fine. So I'm gonna grab my 3/4. I'm gonna grab a 1/4 cup, and we're gonna do that times 3 because that's 3/4. Because technically 12 tablespoons in ounces is 0.75, but then 3/4 cups is also 0.75. So you can have it melted if you want. Like, so if you take like the sticks and you can put them in a bowl and microwave it. So it's really up to, well, yeah, if you have the sticks, you have to melt it. But honestly, for this spreadable butter, it's just easy to just scoop it in there. Like it's already melted. Not melted, but it's like spreadable. Hold on, guys. Let me get a spoon. It says the butter is supposed to be cooled, but honestly, like if you're doing the melted, like if you're doing the sticks of butter and you melt it, like you don't have to wait for it to cool. You just dump it in there. Because honestly, I've done it with cold butter and I've done it with sticks of butter. It does not affect taste or anything. So
Man, you better clean all this up.
I will.
Who are you talking to?
From my YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
People don't care. Just ran into Steve and Kira.
Okay. So we got the butter in there. I'm gonna set this in the granulated scoop thing, if that makes sense. Honestly, y'all, just ignore what he says, honestly, because like I enjoy doing YouTube. Like, just do what you want to do. Like, I'm 22 years old. Like, obviously, like, I'm gonna keep doing my YouTube channel. I love it. It's something that I enjoy. I enjoy sharing my recipes with you guys. Like, it's part of my life now. I'm gonna make content for, you know, the rest of my life. So don't listen to what anyone has to say, even if it's your own parent, about YouTube. Not everything else, just about YouTube. Okay. So now that we have melted, we're gonna add the eggs. They don't have, the recipe calls for room temperature, but honestly, I'm not doing room temperature, because if you do room temperature, you have to leave it sit overnight, so they're just coming right out of the fridge. So. In goes one. In goes two. And goes three. And goes four. Alright, oop. Huh. How to get rid of the shell. I hate doing the shell and stuff. It's just like really, like, I don't know. I just don't like doing it, period. Okay. I'm gonna put the eggs back now. Alright, and then we are going to do vanilla. So it's going to be 1 teaspoon. So I'm just going to get my teaspoon. Okay, found my little teaspoon. And if you ever get confused, there is a difference between teaspoon and tablespoon. So teaspoon is going to be TSP, tablespoon is going to be TBSP. So make sure you have teaspoon, not tablespoon. Okay, so I'm just going to add a whole teaspoon of vanilla. Because a little goes a long way, honestly. Alright, and then we are ready to mix. So you're basically gonna wanna mix it until you get those butter chunks out. If it's melted butter, you don't gotta worry about getting all the chunks out because it's not even in chunks. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this really quick because I'm gonna go put my eggs in and then I'll be right back. But for putting your boiled eggs in, you wanna get like a dipped spoon or something that can hold the egg because you gotta set it in really slowly and carefully, because if you don't, that eggshell will crack and it's gonna boil like that. And it would mess like the texture of the egg. But, so I'm gonna go put those in and then I'll be right back. Alrighty you guys, so I am back. So you're gonna let those boiled eggs cook for about 23 minutes. So, like I said, anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes. If you like them a little bit softer, go 20. If you want them like fully hard boiled, 25. But if you want them in between, go 23. I also forgot to share with you guys that I'm actually have another video idea. I'm gonna bring to you deviled eggs. Bam, why not? We already have hard-boiled eggs. So it's like, bam, easy, and I already have the stuff. Perfect. So, all right, but back in this video. So, what we are going to do now is we are going to add flour, baking soda, salt. So I'm going to need 2 cups of flour. Okay, so I'm just gonna open this bag. Also, I don't know if you guys are probably gonna hear what he said after this video, but he said that I need to stop doing YouTube videos because people aren't gonna care. And that just literally hurts my feelings because, you know, I mean, I do check views and all that stuff, and I do see you guys view. Like I said, 1 view, 11 views. I am happy somebody views this and someone can enjoy their time. And I hope that you guys just don't click on the video, watch for 30 seconds to count as a view. Like, I hope you actually watch through the whole entire thing, you know? So. Alright, so I'm grabbing my kitchen scissors, but you can really use any scissors, does not matter. So I'm just gonna open a small little cut, and then I'm going to get a new cup because this is all dirty. So this one's pretty much faded, but the 2 cups is gonna be up here. So I'm just gonna get 2 cups of flour. You're gonna want to cut a bigger hole than this because I didn't cut that much, but just need a little bit more. Honestly, y'all, I'm gonna be real. I hate working with flour because this shit just gets everywhere. Like, everywhere. I mean, I only made a little spill. It's okay. We're gonna clean it up. It's alright. Okay, but I already have my 2 cups of flour in there. Alright, so next is going to be baking soda, salt. So we're gonna need 2 teaspoons of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna use my teaspoon from earlier, and then I'm just gonna actually measure it in the cup that I just poured my flour because we don't want to overdo this. So don't use the box to pour it out. Take the scoop it in the box so that way you can level it. Make sure it's baking soda, not baking powder. I mean, sometimes you can substitute it, sometimes you can't. But in this recipe, don't substitute it. So, we're gonna do, it says 2 teaspoons, so 1, 2. Okay, perfect. And then we are going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you're just gonna fill the teaspoon up to the 1/2. If you don't trust your instincts, you can always go a little bit under. That's okay too. Just don't go over because salt, like what I learned from like a TikTok recipe is always add less salt than normal because you can always add more. But you can't you can't add less, if that makes sense, because you can't undo it. I mean, depending on the recipe, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But in this recipe, you can't undo salt. because then you would take up all of the flour and everything. So, alright guys, I literally just had a freaking scare. I dropped the vanilla, like the plastic bottle, in where I was cooking the eggs, literally the flame. So I had to act fast and fix it. But we got it, we're good. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and blend this so it's all incorporated. Go on speed 1 because if you don't, the flour will go everywhere. Stop, and we are going to take a spatula and we're just going to scrape down the sides so we can get all that incorporated. This might take some practice and time, but as long as you don't set anything dirty on the counter, the less mess you'll have to clean. And then it is all incorporated. So as you could tell, the batter will be just a little bit thick than it's supposed to normally be. And that's okay because we haven't added the other 2 bananas because the recipe called for 4. So now everything's all incorporated. Now we can go ahead and add our last 2 bananas. I don't know why the recipe does it this way. Maybe it's for extra flavor. Like, I'm not exactly sure, but we are just gonna go ahead and mush the bananas. Oop, I almost dropped it. What? My cat meowing in the back. Cause you don't know, cause you're weird. Jack, I don't know what he needs. Gonna go ahead and mush the banana. Got it all mixed in there, and then I'm just gonna wipe off my hands. So, boiled eggs are looking good so far. We got 13 minutes left on those. So, now we're gonna go ahead and mix that banana. So this step normally takes a little bit longer because you're trying to get the banana chunks out. So, but just try and get like as much as you can. All right, now it is time to add our pecans. Oh my God, I just said pecans. I'm having brain farts right now. So we are just gonna add our walnuts. Just gonna add one bag. And then 2 bags. Kind of want to try one. These are so good. All right. And then you don't want to crush them, you just want to incorporate it. So once you see that they're all incorporated, and if you don't know what incorporated means, it's just basically just, you're still able to see them, but they're not crushed, if that makes sense. They're just mixed. Turns to get that incorporated. So, and then we can say bye-bye to the mixer because we're not gonna need her no more. So, just gonna go ahead and take care of these. Yeah, I'm gonna be real, like honestly you guys, like that, the stuff that my dad said, like it generally did hurt me. Like I'm not upset about it, it's you know, it's just not nice to hear when, you know, when I'm trying to film, because I don't think he understood that he was like on video, because I caught that. So, but it's fine guys, I'm gonna be positive for you guys, always. We're not gonna let it get to me because I'm still gonna keep doing it for the rest of my life. So. Yeah, but these muffins are gonna turn out so freaking good. I am so excited. So. Your muffin tin or cupcake tin, whatever it is, and this is by Wilton. So they say that, you know, you're supposed to spray them down and pour the batter in there. I mean, if you don't want wrappers, but I always do mine with wrappers only because, you know, so like let's just say, I mean, this is for my house, so like, you know, we have no problem touching different ones with our hands. But if you were at a party, that's a different case scenario, because you don't want people touching it and be like, I don't want that one, I want this one, because you have no idea where their hands were been. Unless you've literally watched them wash their hands, then I would recommend just putting wraps in them. So I got my cute little baking cups. They're called baking cups. I don't know why, but so. Honestly, I like to do, since there are technically 4 colors, there's pink, blue, yellow, and white, I like to do 3 of each. But since I don't have any white, I'm gonna do 4 of each. So I'm gonna do 4 pink, 4 blue, and 4 yellow. Perfect. You don't have to worry about pushing them down because the batter will push them down itself. All right. So the next thing you're gonna grab is a scooper. So this is about Maybe like 2 tablespoons. I'm not exactly sure. If you have a scooper, you can just do it by scoop. If you don't, try and fill it up. If you're making the mini version, it's going to be 3/4 of the way. But if you're making the full version, they're kind of going to be full. Because when they bake, they're going to overflow. Like they're going to grow bigger than the wrapper itself. So I'm just going to do... Probably... Actually, hold on. 3, probably 4. Okay, so since I have a scooper like this and it's really small, I'm doing 4 scoops in each. So if you have a scooper like mine, that's about the same size, then you're gonna wanna do like 4 scoops. So, which I didn't do this last time, and that's why like I had so much batter left. So that's what I'm saying. If you have like extra batter left, you're going to want to bake those all at once. Because what I did was that I didn't bake them all at once, and the freaking batter went bad. Trying to make sure all of these are even. Also, if you guys are wondering like why this isn't in like time lapse or anything, because like I feel like when you're baking, I feel like you have to pay like more attention, you know? Everything has to be like more like thought out. Like because if like someone doesn't understand something, how are they supposed to slow it down if like it's not slowed, you know? I mean, if it's a regular video, it's easy to slow that down versus a time lapse. You know, if that makes sense, I don't know.
Words are done. I get to go lay down for a minute.
I was about to say I'm nowhere near done. I already did the strawberries, the watermelon, and the cherries. So this is just the first part.
I'm gonna go lay down.
Alrighty, so I obviously have some leftover batter. So once these are done in the oven, they're gonna be hot. But if you're able to take them out and start putting the second batch in. But if they're not, or if they're too hot to where you can't take out, let them cool. And then once they cool, take them out and then put the new batch in. So I just obviously spilled a lot, so I'm trying to clean it up, because if you don't clean it up, it'll burn, if that makes sense. Alrighty, so as you can see, these are filled to the very top. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in. And then they're gonna bake for 23 minutes. So my eggs are about to be done here really fast. So I'm about to take care of those. And I'm about to put them in the oven, and I will see you guys when they're all baked. Alrighty, you guys, so here are the final result of the muffins. They look so amazing. So as you can tell, I do have, I believe 18, 4, 8, 12, wait, 4, 8, 12, 16. Oh, I have 20 actually. All right, cool. I have 20 muffins. That is amazing. So 20 muffins, perfect. They look so beautiful. As you can see, they are nice and golden brown. They are just beautiful. So yeah, but that is it for this first baking video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe, and click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!